Hi, so today I want to talk about the appraisal gap, what this means, how we use it in our offers, the benefits for sellers, and what buyers can expect. As our market becomes more and more competitive for buyers, we do have to find ways to outbid other buyers, and unfortunately, we have come to offering an appraisal gap. So the first question you might ask is, what is an appraisal? An appraisal is an unbiased valuation of property used when a mortgage is involved. The lender will order the appraisal at the cost of the buyer and will only lend the amount of the appraised value. And they do use a third-party appraiser to do this. So an appraisal gap is a term used by real estate agents to identify the gap between the purchase price, which is in the contract, and the appraised value. So if you look at some of the benefits of an appraisal gap for a seller, this is covering that gap so sellers are getting more for their home. They're addressing the appraisal issue beforehand so we can anticipate what will happen throughout the transaction and feel good knowing we're going to get to the closing table even if the appraisal comes in too low. And it's kind of a security net for their seller proceeds. So if we want to look at some examples of appraisal gaps, here we have a purchase price of $500,000 and an appraised value that came in at $480,000. So we have a $20,000 gap. That would be the difference. When I have a buyer and I want to put something in there about an appraisal gap, I might use something that looks like this. Buyer shall bring an additional cash to closing in the amount up to $10,000 to cover the deficiency if appraised value is less than contract price. Buyer and seller agree that if the property fails to appraise for at least the purchase price, then the purchase price shall be adjusted to equal $10,000 above the appraised value, not to exceed the agreed upon purchase price. So looking at an example and how that would look is we have the same figures we used before, $500,000 purchase price, $480,000 appraised value, a $20,000 gap. So if we have the appraised value at $480 and I wrote into my offer $10,000 cash over appraised value, then the new purchase price or the adjusted purchase price would be $490,000. So what this means for buyers is that they need to now allocate additional funds to go towards their appraisal gap. This allows them to be more competitive, and you can discuss with your realtor how much of an appraisal gap you will need for a particular property. It does change per circumstance, per property, and a lot of it will come into play. So you do want to work with an expert in your area who knows the market and who can help you navigate through this. The appraisal gap allows a buyer to be more competitive, and then negatively it does increase the home prices. So for buyers who are already struggling to get into one of our single family homes here in Denver, we aren't going to see prices decrease when people are paying over appraised value. So buyers are looking to need a down payment, closing costs, an appraisal gap, and inspections. This is all cash a buyer needs in order to be a strong contender in our real estate market here in Denver. Altogether, this means that we will have an increase in home prices and the market's going to continue to stay very competitive. So if you're looking to purchase a home in the Denver market, give me a call, find someone in your area, do interviews with different agents to find out who's going to put their best foot forward for you. And I wish you all good luck. Bye.